Hello. On today's album discussion, I want to talk about Suho's self-portrait. Suho is best known as the leader of the group EXO, and in 2020, before he enlisted into the military, he decided to finally do a solo debut. So he made this mini album called Self-Portrait. Mini album because it's just 6 songs. However, I really love this mini album. First of all, as a soloist, I think it is a great debut title, like Self-Portrait. And not only that, besides the theme that kind of goes with the idea of going solo for the first time, especially after a long time that he was part of a group. I mean, he's still part of a group, but I think it's a very cool idea also, the fact that he kind of chose to go with a sort of art gallery archive exhibition. So everything goes together and I love that. So again, aesthetically speaking, out of the bat, amazing. But let's talk about the songs now. Like I said, 6 songs, you can see them here. The one playing in the background is O2. Now the list of songs is O2, Let's Love, Made in You, Starry Night, Self-Portrait, and For You Now, which has a featuring. Now what I think is interesting is that, the name of the album is Self-Portrait, however, the song that's called Self-Portrait is the 5th. I don't know if it was a very interesting placement. Now I'm gonna be honest, Let's Love, the one that's playing in the background, it's the only one that got a music video per se. Which again is interesting because you would have thought that Self-Portrait is going to be the one. Not complaining, I think it is great. And I did thought, I was like, maybe I could rewatch the music video. However, in order to talk about this album, I went to listen to the old songs one after the other, over and over again. And I realized I can't, in the sense that I cannot really listen to some of the songs without crying. Let's Love included. This because, there's a whole aspect in the EXO fandom that Let's Love is one of the catchphrases basically of Suho. So when, he sings a song, and also because it was before his enlistment and there's a lot going on, it gets to the feels, what can I say? I did write some things about all of the songs. However, I do want to point out that if you want to, there is a live, besides the music video for Let's Love, Suho made a live, basically, video of all of the other songs. And I highly recommend, because one of the things that I mostly felt while listening to this album was that he's a very romantic type of person, and that romanticism is felt in his singing. One of the reasons why I get kind of emotional listening to him is because he puts so much emotion whenever he sings, and these songs are already emotional. So his voice plus the kind of vibe of the song, and the fact that in these live videos is instrumentalization, like it's there, it's quite a lot. It really hits home. But I highly recommend. I mean, it's really talented. So, just out of the bat, without all of the EXO aspect, highly recommend. But let's look at the actual album. So if you want to buy it or are interested in it, here is the thing. There are various versions as per usual, and I just got whatever. I don't have any particular choice. I just thought anything works for me. So anyway, you have the front part, you have the back, you have the songs. Now, when you open it, I think it's really cool that we follow the archive theme. So each song is kind of archived like this. I thought it was really fun, a very fun and interesting visual. First page, intro and the list of songs. And the pictures are beautiful. Look at that. Now, I couldn't help but notice that, like I said, this is very romantic and his voice is very soft and emotional. And I do think that in the pictures and the style that they chose for this photo shoot implies also that. We're talking about a very personal, very soft person, and I really like it because, again, I like the idea that this is a self-portrait, so it also feels very personal. There's also a thank you note from Suho, of course the credits, and then at the end we have here the CD, and I really like this packaging of the CD, I have to say. I felt at first I was like, oh, it's going to fall, but no, it actually maintains it quite well. Here it is. I love that it's full black and basic like that. As extra stuff, we have the classic SM things. We have two photo cards, which for SM standards, oof, I mean, here it goes. In the back, there is the sign. Then we have this very nice artsy thing, which is, three pieces. A triptych is so typical of art, but I love it. What can I say? I'm basic. And then we have this very nice, I wouldn't say this is a photo card, or a postcard, I don't know. It's just a big picture of, the kind of portrait, and it really is a beautiful painting, I think. And again, I think it's fascinating that after listening to the whole album and kind of getting all of this information, you rewatch this and you go, yeah, actually, it all adds up. So once again, this is an album that I love. Every single song really gets to me. Whenever I, in particularly, watch the live videos, I get emotional, I'm not gonna lie. And also, if I could sing like that, I would just sing like that all the time. So who can blame him? I think what's most interesting about this is that as an EXO-l, a lot of us maybe have seen Suho for a long, long time as mainly the leader. He usually kind of is seen as the dad. He makes the dad jokes, he takes care of the kids, and he tends to take a step back from the other boys. And I think also because many of the other EXOs have a very wild personality. Suha before this made a few solo songs. I mean, they had featurings or were for like OSTs, things like that. And I always like his voice. I think he has a very soft, engaging voice. And now listening to his voice in this way, it was such an elegant portrayal of his talent as well as a bit of his personality. I kind of felt happy, but at the same time I kind of felt sad and melancholic. And I'm really happy because, well, we are preparing for a new comeback of Suho as a soloist, so I'm excited. But however that goes, this one goes absolutely to the best albums that I have the honor to have. So EXO-l, let's love.